A stacked field makes their way to the National Reined Cow Horse Association Bayer Legend Celebration of Champions, next on AQHA's Best of the West. Welcome to Stephenville, Texas, AQHA Best of the West coverage of the National Reined Cow Horse Association Non-Pro Bridle. Hi everybody, Jeff Metters along with Russell Dilday, and looking at that NRCHA Non-Pro Bridle, a very interesting final shaping up.
Yeah, this is the toughest class that the non-pro has in their most elite division. We've got some veterans in here that have been here a bunch, and they're going to make it tough on anybody coming up. One of my favorites, Tammy Jo Hayes, is doing a great job in the prelims, and it promises to be quite a battle for that coveted saddle at the NRCHA finals.
Now, Tammy Jo has been dominant in the prelims. For more on that, let's go to Jennifer Reynolds.
Tammy Jo Hayes and Shine Smartly have the highest score in the preliminaries coming into this competition, so we have to consider them the favorites, although that's really not where Tammy Jo would prefer to be.
I'd always rather be going into the finals second or third, but I try not to think about it. You know, I don't listen to other scores. I don't watch other competitors go. I just try to focus on my own run and my own abilities and my horse's abilities and try to put it together that way.
And another tough situation, Russell, is to be the first guy in the pen or gal, and in this case, it's Jerry Lee Barger on Right Smart Olena.
Yep, this is a good horse. Todd Crawford had this horse, was doing really well on it. Jerry bought this horse from Todd, and I think he maybe looks quite a bit better now. No, but Todd had a great foundation on this horse, and Jerry's having a good time on this horse, making the finals like he is. He's an AQHA World Show competitor. He's coming here to try to win that coveted saddle. Having a nice, clean little run here. Everything looks smooth. Not real fast in the big fast, but he's sure not making any big mistakes.
Talk about the prelims. What's your strategy? You don't want to fire all your bullets, but you know what do you want to accomplish other than just making the finals?
Well, the way this is set up, where you have a clean slate finals, you certainly want to make the finals, but you don't want to use your horse plumb up. You want to have a good, clean horse coming to the finals that's not wore out and sore and tired of being in the show pen. This horse just looks pleasant as can be. You know, he looks happy to be there. I think Jerry's he's trying to keep himself solid in this reining because the cow work is tough here this year. These cattle are tough and everything's going fast. Looks like he's got enough horse to do it with. I wish he'd hustle them big fast a little bit, but you know, it's hard to minus a guy when he doesn't make any mistakes. Good, clean lead changes like that. Circles are big and small. There's not a lot of variation in speed, but it's tough to minus him, so he's playing it pretty safe. Now he's just going to try to run, spin, and stop.
So it's been a very relaxing type run for Jerry Lee Barger and Right Smart Olena, first sliding stop.
Pretty good. You know, that horse raised up a little bit in the end of that, and he wasn't going quite as fast as you'd like to see, but still a good clean run. You might even plus it a little bit. Nice, slow turnaround. No minuses, that's for sure. And he got off without a trot, so he's in pretty good shape. Running a little better this time. Nice. Still smooth, middle of the road run. He needs to plus up a little bit. He's not giving him a lot to add on to, but he's giving him nothing to take away, really. Somebody's going to minus him one person might minus his spins a half, zero his stops, and you're going to be around the 210, 211. Backup's a little bit slow, but the stops are all okay. Pretty solid little run, taking care of business.
Keep in mind that 210 is average, and Jerry Lee comes in 1 point below that, 209 on Right Smart Olena. And there's Amy Bailey warming up and watching her husband Paul Bailey as he gets set on dry and play. He'll be the next to go, and 209 for the first rider. This thing is very much wide open.
The way I understand the paperwork, Amy owns them both, so if Paul was to beat her this year, he might lose his ride.
He might be in the horse hunting business.
Doing our big fast again, and it's kind of a big medium. Not really challenging the pattern, but you know, not giving him any holes to take points away from him either. A little bit faster than Jerry was. Not that Jerry was going real fast. You know, that horse is, we had something odd go on there. That was unfortunate. That horse slipped out of lead and then had to be put back in it. That's going to cost him some points. This is, other than that, everything's looking pretty good. He ought to be able to get his change up. That horse was thinking it the last time, so he was ready for it this time.
Keep in mind with 2 phases of competition, it starts with the reined work, then we'll move to the fence work. Important to get off to a very good start in the reined work just to give yourself a chance in the fence work where anything can happen.
Yeah, that's for sure. These guys came all the way from Tennessee. They have a truck driving. He has a trucking business, and his wife works with him, so they don't even get away from each other when they go play. This is a strong marriage.
Very strong, and not a bad run for him started here.
No, he's keeping it. He's keeping it pretty good. Other than that swap out in the leads, that'll hurt him a little. Got that one too. This one can change. He ought to get extra points for changing twice. It's kind of an overachiever, you know. Sloping around here, we're going to need to go ahead, and he needs to send this horse a little bit, get some stops and spins, make up for the points they took away in that change. And he's sending him pretty good. Slowed down a little bit at the end, but still a pretty stop. Head didn't come up or anything. Paul's looking good. Pretty, really pretty spin around. Now he's building himself back up. He's now he's really running. Pretty.
Wow.
And that stop would work in the open. I'd take that stop any day.
Absolutely.
Right there, that's a plus situation.
Good stops if he can follow it up again with some more aggressive spins.
Nice. He's making up some ground. You know, Amy probably thought he was going to be easy pickings after that change deal there in the middle, but now he's making it hard on her. Pretty.
That horse is a good stopper.
This is going to have to be a little above average just because he made up so many points in those maneuvers. If he had had his circles cleans, it'd been really good.
So he winds up with a score of 2-12.5. Takes the lead at the moment as Steve Greenberg gets set. He's on deck. We'll take a quick break. This competition in Stephenville is still wide open. Glad you're with us in Stephenville, Texas. The weather not cooperating this weekend, but the action has been quite stellar inside the arena where we are high and dry. This is Fairlea's Kid Thunder. Steve Greenberg is the rider. Now, Jerry Lee Barger started us off with a very conservative reining run. Steve Greenberg, his style should be somewhat different.
Yeah, normally when you see Steve Greenberg going, he puts a little speed into his pattern. Right here, he's kind of keeping it under control, you know, but his big fast was faster than his small slow, so he's in pretty good shape. You know, it's fun to watch these non-pro bridle classes. It's kind of like college football compared to the the open riders. See the differences between the big fast and the small slow and the open bridle. They should be pushing a little harder. You can, it's almost fun to see the little things go wrong. You always got to watch because something could happen at any minute. Good. He's having a good solid run here.
Let's talk about the circles a little bit. You know, speed, you know, sets things apart. You know, what's where you can see where they're aggressive. And, you know, I think the judges like to see a nice change of speed from, you know, from fast to slow in that instance right there.
Yeah, that's for sure. And what these non-pros trainers are telling them is it is so hard to plus the circles. As a judge, it is so hard to plus somebody in the circles. And when you go for the big fast and you go really fast and really hard, it is so easy to lose a lot of points. That's why you see the non-pros playing a lot safer and smarter in these circles because the risk is not worth the gain. The risk in the rundowns and the spin, that's worth risking because it's easier to mark up and the horses do it better. But the circles, everybody's playing it smart. They got some good help behind the gate.
First sliding stop coming up.
There's the man I know. He sent that horse a little bit there. Didn't quite get the stop he wanted out of him. Slowed down a little bit at the end, it looked like, but see what he's going to do with his spins. Pretty good spin. Got a little loose there in the beginning. Didn't really stay right in the center. Not exactly what he wanted, but he's still in the running. You know, Paul had that little hang up in the middle, but still any man's race. Now he's sending that horse. Much better stop. Just came out of it a little bit there at the end. You're wanting to plus him for running, but the stop just wasn't quite what it needed to be. Pretty little spin. They're not going to hurt him there.
Lets him settle. All that's left is another stop in the backup.
This could probably be his best stop because them horses don't anticipate that middle stop as much. Little better, not near like Paul Bailey's was. You know, he didn't get hurt in the middle, but he didn't make up on the ends.
But he is third in a 3-horse race at the moment. His score 2:08.5. Gary Lynn Olson getting set now. Just another tucker. Here's the horse. What, in terms of the non-pros, how much are you talking to your trainer in a big competition like this? How much advice are you getting? How much strategy do you rely on, from them? And what's the communication like between the trainer and rider in this situation?
There's a lot of communication in a big event like this, especially. Very few of the people are here without their trainers that are the non-pros in the big shows, unless they do a lot by themselves anyhow. And the strategy is the biggest thing that they'll pound into the non-pros, getting them not to take silly risks, keeping things clean, and remembering, it all comes down to that fence work, especially when the cattle are this tough. You got to stay clean in the reining so that when you get to the fence, you have a shot. Oh, missed that lead there. That's going to cost a little bit. Other than that, this is a pretty run. This is a gray horse of Gary Lynn Olson's that was an AQHA champion, Sun Circuit champion. Benny won first round in the Rito bridle horse class on this horse. This is a really, really nice horse. This lady owns Smart Little Scamp that was a 2-time finalist at the World's Greatest, and she's a big influence in the AQHA in Montana. This is Benny's done a great job with this horse. Pretty circles. And he's got a pretty look to him, That eye appeal means a lot. Circles still aren't very fast. She's playing it safe. You sure can't minus them circles. Where they're going to hit her is that first lead change, non-simultaneous. But other than that, the circles are pretty clean. What she needs to do now is run and stop.
Yeah, this horse is a great mover, and we'll see what that first sliding stop looks like right here. See if she can put herself back in a plus category.
Pretty nice,
Not
pretty
bad.
nice. There's Benny right there on the end. He's telling her something. Looks like she listened. Pretty spin around. Really good.
Almost home free.
Yeah.
Second sliding stop right here. Ooh, a little hesitation
Yeah.
right there.
Nothing you can hurt her over. Benny probably told her build slow, and that horse was wanting to take off a little early, so she was trying to keep him slowed down. That spin around wasn't quite as pretty as the first one, but it sure is acceptable, and so was the stop.
Well,
So
she quickly gets into that last sliding stop right here.
pretty. She's got some plus points. One little minus. She's gonna have a pretty good score. She'll be in the running.
Yeah, she backs herself into a 2:12. So just another tucker, and Gary Lynn Olson right in the thick of things. And had some problems on the lead change, and a chance to look at it right here.
Yep, she's going to come through. That front end changes, and the back end is still doesn't change until right there. So that's going to hurt her a little bit, and this is just a really pretty stop. That horse kept his front feet moving, and his back feet stopped.
So you can see where she lost some points and she gained some points, but all in all, not in a bad situation. Out of Shine Smartly and Tammy Jo Hayes.
Here comes Tammy Jo. She's 5 months pregnant. She's going to give this kid a taste of the show pen right from the beginning.
Well, she's promised her husband that this is the last show before the baby, so you can expect her to come out here and try to make things count. Won the prelims, and as she talked about, she would rather have been second or third in the prelims, but that's not how it worked out. So, you have a great prelim round, and now you got to come out and do a little bit better here in the finals.
Yeah, clean slate final, so none of the prelims matters right now. Yeah, I'll bet the other non-pros will be glad this is our last show for a while, depending on after she won the prelims. Anyhow, pretty. Everything's looking good. She's got a little better. I like her circles probably the best so far. Nice loose rein, and that horse is going around there pretty free. Not really challenging the circles like you'd see at the NRHA or something, but it's very copacetic.
Well, you can tell she's very comfortable in a reining pattern. She won this event in 2003 on He's Pretty Smart, and she's a reiner. You can tell that she gives herself a chance to win by what she accomplishes in the first half of this competition.
Yeah, she's having a good time out there right now, I tell you. She's probably going to get through the circles via this lead change as clean as anybody we've seen yet. There it is. Nice. She's sitting in really good shape right now, and she can run and stop. I've been getting to tease her a little bit about getting fat. You know, that married life, it'll do that to you.
It hasn't taken the edge off of her reigning. First sliding stop right here for Tammy Jo.
Runs pretty,
Yep.
nice stop. She's sitting in good shape. See
Lets
what her
him settle.
turnarounds? Oh man, that's our leading turnaround right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Putting some degree of difficulty in those spins.
I wonder if the kid's dizzy.
I think he's used to it.
Yeah, pretty. Another pretty stop. She's giving us a pretty good clinic here in the nice. God, she'll be dangerous if she ever loses that weight. This is probably one of the best dressed ladies in the cow horse industry.
Maybe dangerous for you the next time you see her. So.
Yeah, that could be.
A change at the top of the leaderboard. Tammy Jo Hayes and Shine Smartly. Wow, were they sweet. 2:20. They take the lead. Dry and Play and Paul Bailey now in second place with that 2:12.5. And they are bunched up at the moment with Tammy Jo on top. But more reining still to come from Stephenville, Texas. Glad you're with us in Stephenville, Texas. Tammy Jo Hayes and Shine Smartly won the prelims, and they have jumped right back out to the lead in the reining with a 2:20. This is Supersonics and Jennifer Unziger.
This is a cool little horse. This Jennifer Unziger is so much fun. She's a quiet little person, but I'll tell you what, when she gets in the show pen, she will send one, especially in the cow work. You know, she's got a little faster, big fast there than anybody, and comes down to a nice, small, slow.
Yeah, when you look at rein cow horse competition, you know, male, female, you know, there's no bias there. And the ladies in this sport are extremely tough and can win anytime, anywhere.
I tell you, we really need to look at, we have the ladies division. I really think we need to get rid of that stupid thing and have a men's division. Keep these women out of there because they beat the heck out of us.
A boys club, men only, yeah.
Jiminy Christmas, they're brutal. She is looking, I'm liking these circles as well as Tammy Jo's. Maybe a little faster. The horse maybe doesn't bridle quite as well, but man, this is pretty. There's absolutely nothing to mark off there, and there's big, fast, or bigger and faster. Nice, really nice. Jennifer's looking good. Supersonics. This is third in this event last year on this horse. She's going to try to change that this year, you can see.
Another lead change, a lot of speed as she kind of sets the stage for that first sliding stop.
She's setting up. She is a powerful force in the affiliate up where she lives. She does a ton of work. Nice stop. Very good. Good little turnarounds. Not really a plus turnaround. You could plus a stop, but turnaround might be a little slow, a little Jerry Bargerish going on there.
That's the first time in this run that we've seen her where she hasn't been real aggressive.
Yep. But she cleaned that up here.
Yeah,
there she
goes. As
goes.
a matter of fact, she did.
That one turns left.
Problem solved.
Left turn, Clyde. Go ahead and run for this stop. Pretty. Good job. She's gonna put herself up in there.
Not going to take the lead, but Jennifer Unziger and Supersonics right where they need to be, 2:14. That's going to give them a chance as we move on to the cow work. And here she's Cowismatic, 6-year-old mare.
This horse has done a ton of things. Third in the NRHA non-pro fraternity, 2003 non-pro reserve champion at the Snaffle Bit fraternity, top 5 in the amateur reining at the AQHA World Show. I mean, and the list goes on. That was a small slow. Nice, very nice. Another well-dressed lady in our arena.
She's a current AQHA World Champion. She's a regular at the All-American Quarter Horse Congress in Columbus, Ohio. That's one of the toughest horse shows that you will ever encounter. And it's a monster, too. I mean, there's so many entries in so many divisions. A little more aggressive in her fast, large circle.
Mm-hmm. Another reason for the men's class. Yeah, this is a nice set of circles. I'll bet this is a small slow. Ooh, man. I think we got hurt there. That was hard to see, but it almost looked like that horse slipped out of gear for a second. It'll be interesting to see what the judges can see on that. But it might have just been so slow that you couldn't hurt her for it.
Those pesky judges are always taking notes.
That, you know,
Hard to slide something by them.
yeah, they ought to know we don't mean to do those things.
Unfortunately, in
There
this
we go.
competition, you can't shout mulligan. Very smooth on that lead change.
Yep. She's looking good. They might even have plus that first set of circles. Sitting up straight, looking for the running, the stopping, and the spinning. The way this horse has been performing. Oh, nice stop. Maybe elevated a hair in the face, but not, I mean, didn't just open his mouth or nothing. That was dang sure a good stop. I think they got to plus it. And they're certainly going to have to plus this turnaround. Pretty work.
Was showing some patience there, really letting him settle after the stop, settle after the spins, and heads down now for her second sliding stop. Is it hard to teach
Good
the
move.
non-pros patience?
Some of them it is, and others it's hard to get them to go. You know, like you'll see some non-pros that you're always telling them to slow down, and then the next one that was a little bit of an overspin there. It looked like the angle changed on the camera. I'm not sure what that looked like from the judges' stand, but it was a pre-turnaround, pre-stop. She's got some big pluses going on here. It'll be interesting to see. I think this is definitely going to be over a 210, the number on her saddle there, but
She's going to be better than average, but it was an interesting run. Kind of some highs and lows in there for Debbie, and she's charismatic.
we come for a lead change. Picture perfect, absolutely.
Plus situation for her there.
Yeah, she very well plus those circles. A good turnaround. That horse, I wish she was looking, yeah, it almost looks like that's a hair of an overspin, but from where the judges sit, it might not look like that at all. It's probably not enough to hit her for, especially in the finals.
Well, 215, yeah, she is just right there, 5 points out of the lead at the moment. So she's charismatic, will come back for the cow work and have a chance to win it all.
Definitely in good shape for it, too.
Now to Amy Bailey and Sparking Champ, nicknamed Sparky. We've seen her husband already go, and he's kind of up there on the leaderboard with a 212.5, and we'll see if she can bump him down a spot or two on that board.
She's having a good run. She had a good big fast circle. Maybe that horse was a little higher than what you really want, but it didn't have its mouth open, wasn't gapping and looking off, so she's in really good shape with this first set of circles. He might be leaning his shoulder in a hair, but you sure can't see that from the judge's stand, and she's staying on her circle track so they can't hurt her for it. Nice lead change. She's got nice loose reins, horses looking around. I really like these circles.
Having a feel for the size of the arena, how important is that in a reining run?
It's really important. You know, you get in some of those arenas that are not like a 240 by a 110 is two squares. So your circles are very symmetrical in an arena that is twice as long as it is wide. This arena is set up pretty good for that. So in this arena, you can just kind of let your circles be what they are. She's kind of touching all the walls, you know, so to speak, and keeping her circles all the same. Where it's really deceptive is when you have one of those long arenas and you try to go all the way to those end walls, and then your circles are like eggs more, you know. Here, this is a good arena to show in.
Well, she has the circles out of the way and lead changes. Now the first sliding stop.
That was a nice rundown right there. She slowed down a little bit at the end, which kind of hurt her, but got a nice stop out of it anyways. Not quite as good, clean a run as Tammy Jo Hayes had, but still a nice non-deductible run. The spin around's kind of the same way. Pretty slow, but good frame in her spin around. She's flirting with a little bit of a trot off in that departure there, but not bad. There's a lot better stop on this end. Sitting up straight. She needs to have a nice little turnaround. Right now she's looking about staying in the average area for her run, you know, around a 210 or a little bit above. Pretty good turnaround, not bad. She's having a pretty good run, just needs to finish it up clean and has a good stop there. I would imagine they're going to plus that stop and the backup's clean, so she's in the averages there, 10 to 12.
And for Amy Bailey and sparking champ 2:11, so she's a point and a half behind her husband if she's in a competition with him. And just a little bit out of the lead, 9 points. Tammy Jo Hayes still setting the pace with Shine Smartly. What a great run, 2:20. She's charismatic, and Debbie Hubbard moving into second place at 2:15. And Jennifer Hunsicker right behind that at 2:14. The ladies are taking over here in Stephenville. Final reining run when we come back. Well, the women's movement very much alive and well here in Stephenville, Texas. The ladies in control of the leaderboard. We'll see if Justin Wright can slide in there. Mia Gonna Smoke 'em is the horse, and right now the ladies on the leaderboard sit 1, 2, 3.
They are so hard to compete with. Justin, he's only 19 years old, but he is tough. He's been showing for quite a while. I'm so glad he's in the non-pro. He's going to come in here on Mia Gonna Smoke 'em. They got showed quite a bit by Jimmy Stickler. This is really a nice horse. Reserve champion last year, and he's got a kid that even though he's 19 years old, this kid has a lot of experience. He is really tough. He's certainly an up-and-coming trainer.
They can see the aggressiveness in those circles there, so good start for him right here.
Yeah, he's certainly not afraid to lay it all on the line. He's going to try to shake that leaderboard up a little bit. And he's having a good run at it. Maybe that horse might be a little bit up in the bridle, but once again, he is not spitting the bit out, doesn't have his mouth open. That's just where this horse carries his head. You know, in the NRCHA, we make a lot of exceptions for the style of each horse, whereas in say, the Pleasure or something like that, they have a look that they want to see. Oh, kind of drug that lead there. That hurt just a little bit, but if he can run and stop, he'll still clean that up. Pretty work. And he's going to run, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And it turns him loose right there.
Nice.
Big stop.
Nice stop. Okay, turnaround, you know. Not really a huge plus, but they got a plus to stop, so he's pushing himself back up there. Another big stop. This one can stop. Justin gets his turnaround. That's going to help a little. Good clean turnaround. Not a whole lot of speed, but pretty nice. Not really threatening Tammy Jo Hayes, but he's threatening third, fourth, and fifth, and those places right there. 3 good stops.
Yeah, going to climb up the leaderboard pretty good. 2:13.5, but not going to crack into the top 3. It's the ladies, Tammy Jo Hayes, Debbie Hubbard, and Jennifer Hunsicker that are sitting on top. And it's Tammy Jo's 2:20 that nobody has been able to come close to. You can see the guys are kind of all at the bottom. Steve Greenberg, 2:08.5, but in the cow work, everybody has a chance. So as we turn our attention now to the fence work, the phrase girl power comes to mind.
Yeah, and you know, this is my favorite part of the show, the fence work, and the girl power is really dominating this class. I wouldn't say they're girls, I'd say they're women, and they're here with a vengeance. The men are getting the tar beat out of them, and they need to come on back and get after them a little bit, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. These women are serious.
Well, the first to try the cow will be Jerry Lee Barger, 2:09 in the reined work. Riding right, Smart Olina. Needs a big number right here if he's going to shake things up.
Yeah, he's got a pretty tough order to fill trying to catch Tammy Jo Hayes, but he can sure move up the board. He's not that far off of those other places, second, third, fourth, and fifth. He's going to have to pick up his speed a little bit. You know, Jerry was playing it safe in the reining there. I guarantee you that horse thinks he's died and gone to heaven because Todd Crawford's never gone through the reining that slow. Jerry's kind of got control of this cow. He's sure got a tough one. This cow is going to move around. But Jerry's staying right with him. I think his horse is hooked up.
You know, you can set your own pace in the reined work, but the cow dictates the pace once you get into the second half of this part of the competition.
That's right. If you go too slow, you lose sight of where you're going. You have to track that cow to find him again. And here at Stephenville this year, the cattle have been good and tough. And he is hauling the mail. Oh, missed that turn just a little there. You know, he's kind of a little wide on that cow now. I think Todd or somebody's telling him to loop that cow, which is what he needs to do. He's too far off the fence to get him back over there for a turn. This is going to take away a little bit, you know, Jeff, because he was so far down the arena when he did the loop and didn't have that much control, but he sure got a dead lay at him this time. Look at that horse cow. Really nice. A little late again. He's going to have to go ahead and circle because he's in no position to go down the fence again. This isn't the same guy we saw in the reining. Here
More aggressive riding here, and Old Yeller has some jets. He's been, you got to get on it to catch up with him.
We're going to have to quit graining these cattle. Attaboy, Jerry.
Yeah, he gets the whistle finally, but 205 for Jerry Lee. That goes with that 209, 414 his total score.
Oh, there's an enthralled crowd we got going on there.
And they're watching Paul Bailey on dry and play. He had a 212.5 in the Reined work, so not as big a lead for him to put some pressure on the leaders. Another yellow cow, and we'll see how it plays out.
That's why you come to NRCHA, all the good-looking women. And 3 of them are beating the heck out of the men.
Not hard to find. They're at the top of the leaderboard at the moment.
Not very many submissive women in the cow horse. I don't know where that all went. I might have to check out tennis. Hey, Paul Bailey has really got a hook on this cow. He's shaping up pretty good here. You know, he's not sitting in bad shape, kind of getting a little behind that cow there. I wish he'd get over there. There, now he's back where he needs to be. But remember, this boxing doesn't mean anything. You don't make any points in the boxing. It's all the fence and the circles. He's sitting in good shape. A little bit behind. He's going to ease up there and get a good turn. Oh, no, that hurts so bad. That's a hang up right there. That horse just didn't follow that cow through the turn. Maybe Paul was holding on him a little more than he wanted to, and he hung up on that fence. Kind of a loose turn there, but not bad. Things are sure going fast.
7th in this event a year ago. His wife was 6th.
Pretty circles. Really nice. I like that.
Great
Now
shot. You can see him just kind of laying the horse on the side of that cow.
Pushing on him. That cow's pushing on him. Kind of a tough switch down there by that fence, but he got it done. With circles are good.
Boy, it was a tough go. 191 for Paul Bailey and dry and play. 403.5 their total score. More of the cow work when we return to Stephenville. Glad you're with us for AQHA's Best of the West coverage of the NRCHA non-pro bridle. Ladies are setting the pace. The guys are just trying to keep up. Steve Greenberg on Fairlea's Kid Thunder. 208.5 in the Reined work for him, so he needs to do something really big right here.
Yeah, and he has the AQHA quarter horse kind of horse to do it with. This Fairlea's Kid Thunder's got the power and the speed, and Steve sure isn't afraid to send him. Looks like he might have the cow too. He wants to move up there and be in a good shot for the top 5, 4th place and up, and he wants to have a big run in case Tammy Jo Hayes has a terrible run and he's there for a chance at the top notch. Mostly he wants to, oh, and this cow's going to take him down the other fence, but he's sitting in really good shape to make a turn here. There's no point of, just missed that a little bit there. He didn't quite get as far ahead of that cow as he needed to. Cow wasn't as respectful as he thought he was going to be. He started to make the turn, and the cow went on. Doing it again here. Needs to go way on by that cow and set a roadblock up. There we go. This is just, you know, this run, it was set up to go good, and it just went bad. Some things happen. No fault to anybody's. He doesn't really have any big thing you can point at as being a real bad mistake. Just the cows are tough. Like I said, he's wishing some of the people above him would have this run, and he'd have a nice 220. He's going to go ahead and circle up. This is a really good horse. Look, pretty circles, but I'm afraid all the other stuff is going to hurt him too bad to move him up.
Yeah, really good horse and a really tough cow. Need that kind of a cow if you're going to mark 225, but boy, did things go south. 197, 405.5 for Steve Greenberg, and that's going to take him out of the running in the competition. And that cow strolling in belongs to Jennifer Unzicker and Supersonics. 214 for them in the Reined work, so she's right where she needs to be. This could be one to watch right here.
Yeah, this is Supersonic, the little hedgehog. I mean, they are not afraid of speed. Jennifer is such a sweet lady. She is so fun to be around, and when she gets in the show pen, she will lay it all out. And, you know, she's in a good enough shape that if she puts a run together here, she can really put the pressure on the leader and definitely be in great shape for 2nd, 3rd, those places right there. She's setting up. Hey, she did not waste any time. This is a long-legged Bramer-looking steer. Sending him down the fence. That is a great turn. Right back to the fence. We got plenty of speed here. Big turn. Excellent. She needs to go get him gathered up. She's going to go ahead and circle and with some speed. They're going to have to mark this run. Look at her go. Little wide there, wanting to get closer to the cow. But the rate of speed is going to help her keep her score up. She needs to get her switch and get finished up. Nice. Get up there, Jennifer. Atta girl. Riding for that neck. Really good. You know, judges gonna mark this because they haven't seen a lot of runs like that.
And they do. 222 for Jennifer and Supersonics. Their two event total 436. She surges to the lead, and that's going to put a little pressure on Tammy Jo Hayes, who is yet to ride. But grab your food and get to your seat. We're getting to the heart of the matter on the NRCHA non-pro bridle. Right now, Jennifer Unzicker and Supersonics have the lead, 436 their total in two events. That could change right here, though. She's Charismatic, Debbie Hubbard. They were strong, 215 in the Reined work. We'll see if she can capitalize here now on the fence work.
This cow is, this is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a cow that can run, and what she has to be right now is a 221, and she ought to know it. This is the cow to do it, but this is also the kind of cow that make you a 191. I'm going to tell you what, them tacos are about the best around, too. I've had a ton of them here. They are great.
We know where Russell's going when the competition's over here. So.
They know my name there. This cow, this cow's got a lot of run, but he just won't go anywhere on the end. He's not letting her knock any air out of him, get any feel on him. He's wanting to be a little numb. He's gonna make her take him down the fence before she wants to. She wishes that thing would go right and left, and she's trying to push him around. He's just not going over there. There, now she's got him moving around a little bit. That's what she's wanting. Wanting that cow to get right and left a little so she can get a feel. So she's going to have to go ahead and go. He's kind of pushing on her pretty hard. Good and fast. That's a tough thing to pull off out in the middle of nowhere. If she can give him shape back to the fence, kind of just not a good cow. Dang it, now a little loose. Needs a good turn to the right here. She can go get it. Go. Oh, that just hurts so bad. That takes away from the motion of the run. Then she's got the 1 point penalty marker there on the end. This is a tough cow. She's circling up really good. Kind of slowed down. She's probably going to be in the mid-range. Ew, get up there. Mid-range.
Boy, just one of those situations where the cow never respected her from the start to the finish. 210, her two event total 425. That's not going to move her to the lead, but she is standing by with Jennifer Reynolds.
How'd the cow work go?
The cow work was good. The heifer had no feel, so when I went down and I made my first turn, I was lucky enough to hit it hard and get out of there, but then it didn't line up good enough for my second turn, so that was somewhat of a problem. I rode by it, she put her head down and pushed into me, but the mare gave it her all. I can't be mad at her.
Well, you can't argue with that. The mare did put out a great effort. Now to Amy Bailey, sparking champ. 211 in the Reined work for them. The number 436, and that's a big number. Jennifer Unzicker, Supersonic, still in the lead.
Yeah, Jennifer's put a big number up there, Jeff, just like she wanted to do. She's putting pressure on everybody. She's making it to where Amy has to mark a 225 to tie her, which would also mean she'd beat her because she'd have the high fence work, but that's a hard bill to fill right there. This cow is tough now. This one she's having no trouble getting to go from side to side, just wanting to make it stay on the end. Now she's getting some motion out of it. She's wanting to mark high and at least get in the top 3 is what she's going to try to do, I would imagine. Top 5 at the minimum. The thing's kind of falling apart. We've got some runs that have been low, and then we've got the big one with Jennifer. This cow is going to run, I believe. I think she's about ready to go. There we go. And he's still going to have some air. She's in excellent position to make a turn here. Nice turn. Going to have to go shape him up again. Didn't quite get him back to the fence there, but that's fine. No minuses. He's pushing her out to the middle a little. She needs to get him over the fence. Another nice turn, really good. Oh, lost her hat. Gonna have to come back and get that later. Get up there. Now the cow's running out of air so she can go get to the neck. This is really looking like a good run. Switch, that's a tough switch because it's over there next to the fence. Get up there, Jim. Get up there. There you go. Now she's getting a good run. Really good, solid run.
Amy Bailey and sparking champ, 215 after a 211 in the Reined work, 426 for them, and that's good enough to move them to second place at the moment. Jennifer Unzicker and Supersonics in the lead at 436, but on deck you have Tammy Jo Hayes. She won the prelims, was first after the reining. Will she be number 1 when it's all said and done? AQHA Best of the West coverage, the NRCHA non-pro bridle. Tammy Jo Hayes has dominated this competition from the beginning, won the prelims, won the reining, but no giveaway here. She's really going to have to ride if she's going to win the overall competition.
Yeah, because Jennifer has put some pressure on her. You know, Tammy's in a really good spot. She's got a big lead, but she's got to be a 2:16 to tie Jennifer, and that wouldn't make her the leader. She's got to be a 16.5 to win, because if she did tie Jennifer, Jennifer would have the high fence work and the championship would go to her. So a 2:16 is a run you can't just safety up and go do easy. She has to lay it all out. There's not much difference between a 16 and a 22 or 23, anything. You just got to go with it. You just can't safety up, and that's what they wanted to do. Put the pressure on her and make her ride. If there's going to be a wreck, then Jennifer's got a shot at winning it.
She is 5 months pregnant with a Reined cow horse star to be named later. Won this event in 03, trying to win it again.
And
here
she's
she comes
going
down
for
the
it.
fence. Wow.
Great. Cow's being a little tough. She goes ahead and rides by. That is a great turn. That a girl. One more. Oh, nice. A little tough to get the circles there. That cow is kind of loose. She's going to go loop him around there. Get another turn. Absolutely no penalties. Ooh, by a little bit, but she's got so much going on here. There's so much speed. If she can get circled up twice, good and tight, I think we're going to have our winner here. Come on. Tammy Jo's getting up there. Pretty. Switch sides. Oh, man. Really good.
Stays in there,
Excellent.
doesn't give up.
The girl looking for the whistle. Push on him. Oh, kind of going down. I wish that hadn't pushed her around. She needs to get this circled up and finished. There we go.
A 220 in the rein work, comes back with a 222 in the fence work, 442. And so Tammy Jo, right where she's been from the start, in the lead.
That was a really, really nice run. You've got to feel good about that.
Oh, I feel great. I think it's the best run I've ever had on her, all together, the rein run and the cow work together. When I started, I was really happy. Stayed right with the cow, didn't get behind. I was a little worried about the first turn because it didn't look like it was going to turn. But I went ahead and made her take one more step, and we kind of step in front of it. Came out of that first turn really tight. She made a good second turn, and I thought for a second about circling. That cow just took off too fast, so I thought if I hit it one more time, I can get up there to circle a little better.
Last rider is Justin Wright. Mia going to smoke him, and he needs to score through the roof, really, just to have a chance to get in the top three.
Yeah, that's right. He needs to be a 228.5 to be first, which is almost unachievable, but he only has to be a 222.5 to be second. That would tie him for second and make him second place winner, and he's going for it. He didn't mess around down there long, looking for a big score. Good turn, good job. Got some speed going on. Nice. Those are hard turns, those cattle out there off the fence like that, and Justin's getting it done. A lot of speed this horse can run. Man, that is hard stuff to do. He's going to go ahead and circle. Justin is riding for the neck. Pretty work. Oh, he's needs to get that cow bent around there. Gets him switched. This cow's still got tons of air. You know, the cow doesn't even look like he's running that fast, but he is covering a lot of ground. Really good run.
And Justin hangs in there, 220 for him. That's going to be good enough to move him into third place, 433.5, but the ladies dominating. One more look at this turn right here. Great start to his fence work.
Yeah, that was a great one. And then trying to get him circled up. You know, to be up there where he wanted to be, that 222.5, you probably need them circles to be a little tighter, but great run.
There's Tammy Jo Hayes. Won it in 03, comes back and wins it this year. She had a stranglehold on the lead from the beginning. 220 in the rein work, that was the best score there. She teams up with Unzicker in the fence work with 222s. So she was right at the top from the very beginning, and 442, nobody else even close. And Tammy Jo Hayes, the champion in the NRCHA non-pro bridle, once again. Great competition in Stephenville for Russell Dilday and Jennifer Reynolds. Thanks for tagging along. AQHA's Best of the West coverage. I'm Jeff Metters. So long, everyone.